Hi, welcome back to our Arkansas homestead. I've been gone for about 2 weeks over the Thanksgiving holidays and haven't been able to get any work done out here. But I'm finally back this morning. It's December 4th, and what I'm doing is I'm getting ready to plant some blueberries. Over the Thanksgiving holidays, I went back to Mississippi and visited family and got to spend some time on the homestead that I grew up on. And one of the things I did while I was there was thinned out my mom's blueberry patch. They had begun to multiply and gotten over close to the fence where she couldn't get her lawnmower through there to keep them cleaned out. So we dug up the blueberries that were in the way and brought some of them back home to Arkansas, and I'm getting ready to add those into my existing blueberry row and kind of round out the variety of blueberries that I have. I've tried to collect some that were early, mid, and late season, and this should round them out because they're a good late season high bush. I don't necessarily know the exact variety of them, but they were given to my mom years and years ago by a man named Jon Patrick that lives fairly close to our Mississippi homestead, and they've produced good down there every year. She's got several varieties herself, and these are one of the later varieties that she has, so I'm hoping they'll do good up here in Arkansas where we have a little bit more of a frost and a chance for a late frost that'll disrupt your blooms. But let me show you what I've got so far. Here's a quick look at the row of blueberries that we've got going so far. It's not really much to look at just yet, but give it a few years and all these are high bushes, so they get up probably around 6 foot or so. You can trim it back to however tall you want for ease of picking, but they'll get up pretty tall. So what I've got is I'm trying to get 2 plants of each variety, and I want early, mid, and late season blueberries so that I have blueberries available for the longest possible period of time. And what I've got is, so far, I've got 2 pink lemonade bushes. This is one. That one is 2 years old. And then this one I picked up last year. It's only 1 year old. So it's still pretty small. And then here we have a Patriot blueberry, which is early season. Got it in 2014. And I need a mate to that one. I don't have 2 of each of these because the nursery didn't have enough and didn't carry them last year. So I may wind up having to start my own so that I can get 2 of each. This is a Misty blueberry, which is an early season. I got it in 2014 as well. And it's doing pretty good. And here is a Blu-ray blueberry, which is a mid-season blueberry. And here is a legacy blueberry, which is a late season blueberry. And I've got it and a partner to it too, which is right here. And again, that's only a year old there, so it's still pretty small. And then I have these 2 bushes that I brought home from Mississippi, which are clumps out of my mom's garden. And like I said, I don't know the variety of these, but these are a pretty late season blueberry, and they have bared well for my mom for years. So I'm going to add those to my row of blueberries, and once I've gotten the duplicate of each variety here, I should have a row of 12 blueberry bushes that vary from early to late season, and that should keep me in blueberries for a good portion of the year. So let's see if we can get these two planted. At the bottom of this broke up really good. All the soil is pretty fine. There's no clumps in it or anything. We're just going to set it over in the hole. I want to make sure that the level of this ground is approximate to the level of this ground. Definitely don't want it to be any higher. It could be just a little bit lower. And since we're transplanting such a large clump, I want to make sure that there's no air pockets up under it, that that is sitting down good and firm in the loose soil. Let's set it over there and see what we got. That looks pretty good. Make sure it's in line with all the others. Try and keep our row nice and tidy. Now, it's guaranteed all of this bush is not going to live. Dirt clog was rather heavy when we dug it up, and we use these older bushes kind of as handles to pick it up, and some of those were not as healthy as they should have been in the first place, older and getting ready to die out. See, we've got crosses in them that should have been cut out years ago, and this little clump here is kind of smaller on its own, so I expect to lose some of this bush, but some of this bush is definitely going to live, and it won't take it very long to put out on its own. You can see we've got some kind of tree growing up in here. Get that out. You don't want anything competing with it if we can avoid it. And we'll come back and put some loose soil back in that. And then come spring, when everything starts to bloom out, we can see really well just what needs to be cut back. And we'll trim it back again at that time. And probably this first year I'll keep it trimmed back pretty hard so that it's not trying to produce a whole lot of blueberries while it's reestablishing its root system that we've disturbed. But if we can get some of these little small whips like this and these to live, then we'll be doing good. Alright, that's one down, and once I get both of these planted, we'll come back and give them a good watering in tonight. Try and make sure all that dirt is settled down around the roots real tight. See if we can get this other one planted. Well, there you have it. 2 blueberry bushes planted. And the next time I'm out here, I'll bring some cardboard to cover this grass with around them, hoe some of it out, and then bury that in some wood chips to help keep the weeds down, keep the moisture in for the plants. That's all of the varieties that I need for this row, but I do still need 3 more plants. If I can't find a duplicate at the nursery for these 3 this year, then I'll work on getting a cutting rooted. The 3 I need still is a Blu-ray, a Misty, and a Patriot. So once I get those 3 plants, that'll finish out all of my blueberries that I'm looking to get. And again, that'll give me blueberries from the early, mid, through the late season. And should keep us quite content for blueberries. Over here you can see I got quite a few more trees I need to get planted out. Got this is a peach here. This is another peach that I started. These are pawpaw trees. These 2 are pawpaws. This is a Rose of Sharon, 4 pecans, 5 pear trees, 2 American persimmons, and 2 Chinese date trees, or jujubes. And I need to get all of those planted somewhere on the place. That won't be in the garden. Those will just be around the edges of the woods for wildlife and whatnot to have. So that's where we're at today.